Hello and welcome to another episode of Laptop Retrospective, and today I wanted to talk to you about X220 batteries. Now, a couple years ago, I think? I'll leave the video up there. I talked about how you can check the actual capacity of your laptop battery, its health, and all of that good stuff under Linux. One of the things that I discovered recently is that the stock of reliable and good quality X220 batteries, depending on your supplier and your location, is starting to dry up as these computers age. And what I wanted to do is deliver a little bit of information and a little bit of caution at the same time in this video. So I have three batteries here. This first one is quite dead. It will not charge, it is toast, but it'll still serve a purpose for this video today. The second is a genuine Lenovo 9-cell battery, which are incredibly rare and are increasingly more expensive because no third-party company is reliably making these at the capacity that Lenovo does, and I'll talk about that in a second. And the third is actually a X230 battery, and some of you might wonder, well, why is an X230 battery in an X220 video? Well, I'll tell you that story first. You see, the X220 can accept X230 batteries, no problem. Not necessarily the other way around. There is a lot of myth around the X230 and the batteries that it can accept and the batteries it cannot accept. And at the time that that laptop was released, most of those myths were actually fact. There was a certain lockout chip that did not allow you to use third-party batteries with the X230. In the year 2019, pretty much every manufacturer found a way around that, so it's no longer really the issue that people make it out to be, unless you are buying some really, really old stock. So that kind of goes to the first point that I'm going to make in the video, and heck, let's make title cards: reliability of your seller. If you are buying a laptop battery, you want to make sure that it's from a reputable seller that has got a good consumer base, lots of positive reviews, because these batteries, very often by third-party manufacturers, don't come really close to the original capacities of these batteries. And that is just something that you're going to have to accept, or you're going to have to find a local battery shop to rebuild your original battery, which is totally an option, by the way. Haven't explored it myself, but I know many people that have done it. So let's take a look at these batteries, for example, and we'll also go online and take a look at the capacities that are being marketed for these batteries. So an original X220 battery, the 29 Plus version, this one clocked in at essentially 5,300 milliamps. The 9-cell was about just shy of 8,000 milliamps, or 7.95 amps. Most sellers for these two batteries will list their capacities at 4,400 milliamps because that's the way that they can cheaply make these capacities. So on average there, you're losing about 500 to 600 milliamps depending on how good your third-party manufacturer is. So keep in mind that what you are being advertised is most often 4,400 milliamps or 49 watt hours. Some companies will advertise the genuine capacities. Test your battery to make sure that you are actually getting the capacity that you paid for. And again, make sure that you're getting it from a reputable seller. One place who is not sponsoring this video is Bat Depot, and I believe they've got stores in a variety of different countries, but they offer two qualities of battery. They do offer the standard 4,400 milliamp Amazon kind of dime a dozen battery. And they also offer a Dr. Battery line that is the correct 5,200 milliamp battery at an additional cost. And so long as it's on sale, that cost in my mind is completely worth it. And things get even more problematic when you start going up to the 9-cell batteries, because there's not a lot of companies that are making this casing, just because probably of their molding and tooling. And the capacities that they will advertise, again, it's the same issue, don't come anywhere near these. Now, is buying the Lenovo genuine battery going to be the better option? Not necessarily so, because there isn't really new stock of those batteries, so it's very rare that they are brand spanking new, and often there is even degradation over time. So even though these are sought after, it's not necessarily for the right reasons. If you have a reliable cell that would give you what you actually paid for, then there's no issues. But let's talk about how you actually check your battery capacity, which is going to be title card 2. Now, checking your battery capacity is the easiest under Linux from my experience. There is a program that you can get for pretty much any distribution called TLP, and you can find that in your App Store or your software manager, easy enough. And what TLP will do is it will allow you to pull up the statistics of your battery using a terminal command. And that terminal command will be TLP stat. We're actually going to do these two batteries right here, mainly because they still hold a charge. This one does not. So we're going to move it out of the way. So if we go ahead and start with our 9-cell battery, we're going to go ahead and insert it into the back of our laptop here. And we'll go ahead and start up TLP in sudo. The design capacity for this is around 9,300. The capacity of the battery now, because it's so worn down, about 60% of its capacity over time. This battery was manufactured April 11th, 2012, and it was first used January 4th of 2013. So we can pull down a lot of information about this one particular battery. So even though it's a 9-cell, it's got less than the capacity of your standard 6-cell. So let's go ahead and eject that battery and go ahead and swap in our X230 battery. We'll rerun TLP. So our design capacity is 6,200. The full charge is around 55, so it's got around 89% of its life left. So this battery is in considerably better shape than this one is right here, which is probably what's going to get this retired. It's pretty large and unwieldy, and it's missing the majority of its capacity. So using this tool when you're buying a battery is pretty darn essential, in my opinion. As soon as you get it out of the box from the mail, check that it's the design capacity that you paid for. If not, I'd be screen capturing this and sending it off to whoever you purchased your battery from. And remember, you can buy X230 batteries, genuine or otherwise, so if you're having trouble sourcing an X220 battery, this method will work as well. Anyway, this was meant to be a quick, informative video, and it was informative, but certainly not quick. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this sort of content and enjoy me talking about ThinkPads and stuff, you got the big 4 along the bottom. Please like the video, share it, subscribe, and of course hit that notification bell so you actually know when I release new videos like this. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.